This is a video response for the Great White Stoke in regards to your video about the Ukraine and the Israel, do we call it a conflict? I have with you an interesting relationship. There are many things that you are right about, many things. And I think in some cases, there are other things where we see things differently. So, say if it's right from my truth, I think we hold two different truths. Now, where there's only one truth versus there is many truths. Let me explain that real quick, just so we're clear. If a person believes something so much that they believe it to be true, then you're not going to get that person off of that particular case. You're not going to change their point of view. You're not going to change their perspective, which brings you to the point, if I understand correctly, and how discussion works, which brings you to the point of, if it's in a public forum such as this, all you can merely do is regale our audience with our different points of view, and they can pick a side and have a nice day. I listened to your video start to finish. Wanted to give you an update on myself. You were right, and I needed some serious health intervention, and I got to that. And you were a factor to encourage that. I had quite a bit of pride, because I am big and strong, right? If I do say so myself. But I was on some medications that were causing liver issues, and I had some chronic fatigue issues, and some of what you shared in our experience last year really aided and encouraged me to become like what you said the world needed. The world needs the strongest, best lamb dog that it can have. And there was a time that I would have known that automatically, but sometimes it's difficult to say without someone else intervening. So say, like, literally because of everything that was going on, it was just like what you said. I'd go home and go into a slumber cocoon on my couch. But 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Thank you for that, sir. I am in your debt. So that is Great White Stoke right. So let's say Great White Stoke wrong. I don't see your point of view about the Jew stuff, and I do find the way that both you and Pontifex Magnanimous express it with the kitty voices and that sort of thing. I find that distracting in the discussion. But that's just me. I understand your audience is broader than just me. The discussion you had with Mr. Think Tank in the hostel was very interesting to me for many reasons. First and foremost, and I'm interested in everyone's opinion on this, what is our opinion on what discussion is for? Why? To change a person's mind, to make a person do the things we want them to do, to vote the way we want them to vote? Is it to edify our own ego, if these are conclusions that we've come to? Is it to edify a fragile ego because it's conclusions that we agree with of a person that we're a fan of? Say, if you're a fan of Tim Pool or Adam Carolla, and you hear a concept and it really rings true with you, so you need to feel that ringing once again. You need to feel that little rush of dopamine. Is that what discussion is for? When I think of a person that's in a think tank, I would imagine, and maybe I hold those individuals in a strange higher regard. But I would imagine that individual would be mining for information, asking more questions than giving answers. You know, meeting out information from other people to get a feel of the group. Otherwise, he's got to be full of shit. Like, because what's he doing in a hostel? And obviously, it's for research. I found the hostel thing distracting because there was this. Now, this is going to get a little funny and a little bit dirty. There was this thing about hippie chicks and they're between the hippie chicks' leg, and it showed this guy. He was in a hostel and he like takes this clippers, and all you see is like his face, and he's like doing all these jittery movements, and you see all these black pubes like flying up in the air. I just found the whole hostel thing very distracting because of that. The idea of a foreign war, I do think there's utility in a proxy war, but big time, man, I'm with you. It becomes such a different story when it's not you volunteering, when it's not your buddy volunteering, when it's not your brother volunteering, when it's your own kids volunteering. And even more so, when you don't have kids, like you said to the man, fuck you. You want to send my kids? No, fuck you. You're going to have to come through me first. When it's something that you truly are opposed to morally. That's a perspective I never had until the age that I'm at now, when some of my friends, their children, volunteered for the armed services. It really was a surreal, crazy moment where I was, instead of like thinking of a person just kicking ass for their country, you're looking at, wow, what are we doing here? And you're going to serve that thing that we're doing here. Good video. Always nice to see shit come up from you, man. And hope you're staying warm. I'm sure you're good to go up there. All right. Catch y'all later.